Hello and welcome back to Lord Fenton Gaming plays Neverwinter Nights 2. I'm your host Lord Fenton. In this Neverwinter Nights 2 build video, we're doing the Cleric of the Storm. This is like my Stormlord build that can also be used in nearer campaigns, which consists of a Cleric and a Stormlord. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be updated more. Let's go over the strengths and weaknesses of this build. You're going to get all the cleric spells. That's the huge advantage. Your will saves will be really high, really up there. The Stormlord's DPS will help you out in battle, especially at level 10 with his own buff. Also has a nice buff too, where you can enchant your weapons with certain damage. Now, obviously, disadvantages are your melee combat's not going to be a great, because I'm focusing more on the spellcasting feats. And also your reflex saves and your fortitude saves might suffer. So let's go ahead and start the build video now. Time to go over what's best suited for this build. Now the dwarves are alright. The one thing is minus charisma. That's actually fine for this build. Now for elves, for the most part, is very good, except for any of them that has negative in wisdom. If any it's like negative in wisdom, definitely avoid it, because wisdom will be your main stat you're going to build up. The other ones, for the most part, if you like elves, go ahead and do so. Gnomes, they're alright for the most part. Like I said, again, wisdom, if there's any negative in that, yeah, bad idea. But it's very attractive to have a gnome cleric for this build. Now, next up, halflings, they're alright. Now, one of them, believe it or not, is actually pretty good, because it gives you that extra feat when you do start out, which will help you out right away to get towards that Stormlord quicker. Now, half elves, they're decent for the most part. Actually, they're pretty good, because there's no negatives or positives in stats. Half orcs, they're okay. You have to do some adjustments. Now, as for the plain touch, the Asamirs, they're great for this build because of their high wisdom and, of course, charisma. They're actually good for a cleric too, even though it's paladin setup for multi-classing. Tieflings are alright for the most part. If you want to go that route, that's fine. And the elemental touch ones like air, earth, fire, and water. Bad idea, because there's a few that's minus in the wisdom department. Half orcs are pretty decent. The Yantine ones are alright. The best way I'm going to say to go for this is actually human and Asamir. So for this build, I'm going to go ahead and do human because of the extra feat, which you will need. Now classes, this is very simple. There's only two. One, of course, is the Cleric. We're going to do for 6 levels. And then afterwards, we're going to do is the Stormlord. We're going to get all 3 feats right away. Now, if you're another race, yeah, then I'd probably say is you'll be a little bit behind on the feat department, but it'll be still 6 levels enough for you definitely to get that. So we're going to go Cleric. You can do any alignment. I decided to do the lawful alignment because of one deity. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do lawful neutral. Now, as for Deity, I'm going to go ahead and select the one. You need to select this one, so this way, when we pick War, we get weapon focus in the Spear. That's one of the requirements for the Stormlord. Definitely select this Deity. Really important. Now, for abilities next, alright, I'm going to go ahead and tell you all this. Wisdom, you want to get to 16. That's very important. I did Intelligence to 14 for more skills, because we're going to use some of them. Now, let's see here. What else? Oh, yeah. Strength 14 is nice. Dexterity and Charisma 12. Wisdom 16. Intelligence 14. And Charisma 10. Now, if you're any other races, make adjustments. Make sure you have that 16 Wisdom at least. That is really important. And let's keep on going. As for background, I'm going to be honest. Most of them are a little bit negative against diplomacy. The best one I found was the Natural Leader and no background at all. So I decided to definitely for a challenge go for Natural Leader. That means my save throws will be -1, but here's the thing. I could get items and other stuff to make that up. So let's keep on selecting. Now skills, I'm going to go ahead and tell you all this now. Concentration, extremely important. After that, diplomacy. Reason why I'm picking that, even though it's optional sometimes in my build. If you're playing the Stormlord, you need someone that's diplomatic. Heal, I like to pick that's good too. And also spellcraft, that's important. And afterwards, I put 2 points in a tumble. Eventually, I will do appraisal when I get the able learner feat. As for feats concerned, I'm going to go ahead and knock out 2 of the 3 of them right now required to be a Stormlord. Now, toughness you definitely want. That's important. Second of all, Great Fortitude. Now, Great Fortitude gives you a +2 bonus to Fortitude saves. That's really important. Yeah, see, the +2 is good. And then also Toughness gives you more hit points, which is nice. That's one of the prerequisites. Now, if you're planning to go Earth instead of War Domain, switch the Toughness out for Weapon Focused Spear. But for now, for this build, Toughness and Great Fortitude. And next is the Domain. We're going to knock out the third Stormlord feat already. First thing we're going to pick is Time. That's really at times OP in Neverwinter Nights 2 because of haste. Yeah, clerics will be able to cast haste. That means your characters will be 50% faster. You cast around your party members, they will be 50% faster. Next up is War, because it has a feat in it. That's why I'm going for it, which is Weapon Focus, since I'm going for Spear. Yeah, that's fine. You don't like War, go for Earth. But I'm doing Time and War for now. My final advice is simple. Go for humans or any of the races that gives you free feats. Now, if there's any with negative wisdom, you better start allocating other stuff into that. Maybe put some points out of intelligence or even charisma. And one more thing, if you definitely pick human, yeah, this will be making the tree a lot more easier. You can be buffing a lot, casting healing spells, and at times going offensive, either using your Stormlord abilities or your spells. We're at the portion of the video where we're going to go ahead and level up our character who's a Cleric / Stormlord, aka Cleric of the Storms. So I'm going to go ahead right now and do each of those. So let's see here. We're going to go ahead and start the Cleric path until after we get to level 6. Concentration is very important, always for casters, Arcane and Divine. Diplomacy, I like to use that. Heal, Spellcraft, and I'm going to go ahead and store the points. Because we're going to try to cross-class max out Tumble. So let's keep on going. Do the Cleric. Yeah, we're going to select the usual suspects. Now, good news about Stormlord is you do not need certain skills in order to get this Prestige class. At this point, we just need to get ability to cast 3rd level spells. So I put more points in the Tumble. At least I want to get to 10, maybe more, but 10 is good enough. So as for feats, I am going to go ahead and select, where is it at? Able to learn. The reason why I'm selecting this is when I go into Stormlord, a few of those skills will be cross-class. I don't want that. Oh yeah, I definitely do not want that at all. Yeah, Spellcraft and of course Heal will be cross-class once we're Stormlords. Bad idea to me. So let's keep on leveling up our Cleric. Wisdom, you're going to be putting all your points into Wisdom. Since most of the time you're going to be casting, and from time to time you'll be fighting with a spear that has lightning, of course sonic damage boosted up to it. So let's keep on going with our character. Concentration, Diplomacy, Heal, Spellcraft, and Store. And there you go. We'll just keep at it. And let's keep on selecting our character. The usual suspects, same thing. And if you can put points in the Tumble, go ahead and do so. We'll at least try to get that 1 extra AC. Sometimes 1 helps out for a bit. And there you have it. Let me go ahead and make sure it's there. Voila! Anything else? Nope, no feats. I'm very sorry. Sometimes clerics get it, sometimes they don't. They do get some nice spells though. Now we're going to go ahead and level up the Cleric for the last time for a while until we're done with the Stormlord. You only could do 10 levels in Neverwinter Nights 2. So we're going to pick the same skills and we'll definitely see if we could do a Tumble. If we can, we can. And if not, we'll store some points. So let's go ahead and select the feat. Now I'm going to go ahead and do Spell Focus Conjuring. Well, Conjuring in this game, strangely enough, is also affecting your healing spells, and sometimes you use your healing spells not only to heal yourself, but to attack the undead, which is a nice thing too. Also, there's 1 or 2 spells that actually will benefit from that too. And I'm showing this now because when we enter the Stormlord Prestige class, we're still going to be leveling up in the Cleric spell tree. In other words, we're just like a Cleric, but we're a different class. So let's go with the Stormlord from level 1 to 10. Yeah, we're doing all 10 levels. There's so many good feats out there for them. So we're going to go ahead and select Stormlord. So this is what we're going to be doing. So spells per day, also spells known. We'll get that bonus too. And we get some other nice things too. I'll point out some of the ones that does show up. And let me make sure I'm going to hit the commitment button. There you go. We're committing to it. Concentration, Diplomacy, heal, spellcraft. Yeah, we're going to do that. That's why I did the able learner. And tumble. Neverwinter Nights 1, 5 points you would gain to AC. 2, it's 10 now. I'm starting putting points in appraisal because I'm going to also use this character as an appraisal character too if I'm playing the expansion, Storms of Zirhar. It's a good one to get. Now this one, Stormlord, we get some nice things like enchantments and more. So it's all good and gravy though as a Stormlord so far. And yeah, see, we're going through the cleric tree process. I'm going to say that now. It's very good. So let's keep on going, keep on leveling up our Stormlords. So we're at level 2 now for that prestige class. So let's go there. I'm just making sure. Like I said before, wisdom. Put your points into wisdom. It'll help out big time, especially with your cleric spells. 20 sometimes is good enough for people, then they move on to other stats. I like to get much as possible since sometimes wisdom does affect some spells, believe it or not. And I'm going to put points in appraisal. Now, it will not cross-class maxed out because I'm a little bit behind, but that's all right. Now, shock weapon, it does is it adds, I believe, lightning damage to your weapon. Yeah, that's right. So it's a very good feat to have. It's nice, too, in case you run out of cleric spells you have to fight. Well, guess what? That's what this prestige class is there for, too. Backup fighter. Or if there's enemies trying to buzz you, you just pull out that spear, stab them before you cast a spell. And let's keep on going. And now with the next feat, I am going to go ahead and pick. Let me see what my notes say down the list. And I'm just trying to make sure I got everything right. Yeah, and I'm also not picking the power critical. I'm not going to be melee fighting for 90% of the time. And the one I am picking now, I'm just double checking, is Greater Spell Focus. Now this one's a good one, the one I just picked previously, the spell focus one. It's like a nice boost more. Now if you're not a human or any other races with a bonus feat, you're going to have to pick the greater spell focus one I have previously done. So let's keep on going everyone with our Stormlord. And so far we're doing good. Now this prestige class is great for parts of, I should say a good chunk of Storms of Zirhar. It can be great for the other ones too. And now we get some resistance to electricity. So any spells like lightning damage and stuff, yeah, we're going to start to resist those. That's why it's another good reason why I pick a Stormlord for this build. Yeah, that resistance, everyone. So we'll keep on leveling up, pick the same skills I'm picking. And shock burst weapon. So, or was it not shock? Let me make sure it's right. Stormlord, yeah, shocking burst weapon. Yep, so we get to have our weapon with that. So that's a good thing. That's like another backup purpose in case we have to go melee fighting with our party. Now we're going to pick wisdom, everyone. Yep, put some more points into that. Concentration, diplomacy, heal, and of course spellcraft. Yeah, for the Storms expansion, yeah, diplomacy is good. Ritual one's actually good too, but not to agree sometimes the other ones use it. Now we get enhanced Stormlord weapons +2 with our spear, so our spear would now +2. The next one on the list, let me go ahead and just make sure. Reason why I'm doing extend spell is I want to extend some of my buffs on my other characters. So if I'm using Bless, for example, it'll last longer in case I'm in a long battle fight, going from one fight to another instead of short burst, and I have to find a place to safely rest. And yeah, that's what that is. So that's not bad so far. Stormlord's getting some really nice feats out of this. So let's keep on going, keep on leveling up. Stormlord, pick the same skills I'm picking, and yeah, concentrations definitely will be maxed out. Same thing with spellcraft, and voila. And we got more resistance to electricity. Yep, that's right, everyone. We get to resist more lightning and bolt type of spells too. See, that resistance is definitely going up before we hit the old immune to that nonsense. So let's keep on leveling up our character who's Stormlord now. Hit that, hit the other ones too. Just keep on going. One thing that's a downside for Stormlords and this cleric build is your turn undead will suffer a bit, at least for 10 levels. So now we get ourselves a nice feat that will allow us to have shocking and storm burst weapons we can make with the weapon in our hand. It's like a nice buff, so we get some extra damage to it. It's very good though, so let's keep on going. Just keep on leveling up our character. Usual suspects for the skills. Yeah, diplomacy, if you're playing Storm Zero, it's not really optional. If you're playing the other campaigns, yeah, it could be optional. So let's keep on going, and now we have a +3 to our weapons and immunity to electricity. So we cannot get hit with electrical damage, so that will shrug it off. Augment Healing, this is great if you have the extra feat races, like for example humans. If not, start to catch up with the other ones like the Greater Spell Focus or the Extend Spell. If I remember right, it is the Extend Spell you should be picking at this point if you're not human or the other races. But for now, Augment Healing is the best way to go. And voila, so we're now closing in on about to capping out the Stormlord, and that's it. We can't level anymore. And we're going to go ahead and pick Wisdom. Yeah, that's right, we're level 16, and that's a good thing. And we're doing Concentration, Diplomacy, Heal, and of course Spellcraft. This is the last time those two will be cross-classed, everyone. And we'll put more points into Appraisal. And boom, so we get this Storm Avatar that's extended. It buffs your character up like crazy. You start to do a lot of damage, and it's a very good thing. It's one of those desperation moves you definitely use just in case you ran out of spells from your party members and you have to go all melee. Time for the going back to the Cleric path. After the 10 levels of Stormlord, now we're going ahead and go back to the Cleric. So for the rest of this build, it's a simple leveling up the Cleric class. So we're going to pick the usual suspects, which is Concentration, Heal, Spellcraft, and of course Diplomacy. And if we have points in the tumble, we could do so. And let's keep on going. Hit the next button. Same thing as before, like I'm doing. And at this point, you're human or not, you're just about to pick the same feats like I am. So don't panic. If you want Augment Healing, that's fine, but you have to replace it with something else. I'm doing Spell Penetration because in case I want to attack, for example, Undead with certain spells or some of the living, yeah, I'll definitely do that. So let's keep at it. Beforehand, I'm going to show you all that I can have the same spell progression as a Stormlord and a Cleric. So, in other words, it's just like a Cleric class in the spell progression for the Stormlord. So, yeah, if you worry about that, do not worry. So let's keep on going. Just pick the same skills like I am. And at this point, we're about to be done with the regular levels. And we're in the epic levels, which is 10 for this game. Voila. So we'll just level up the Cleric. Our Cleric should be about the same level as the Stormlord actually is. Pick Wisdom. So you should be at 21 Wisdom at this point. If not, then you might have to start sacrificing some of those epic what do you call spell type of feats for greater wisdom. And pick the same skills like I did. And voila, and welcome to the epic levels. Now let's go ahead and do some more of this Cleric leveling up business. So that's Spellcraft, Heal, Diplomacy, and Concentration. Definitely Concentration. If you can't do Tumble, that's fine. And let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. Epic Spell Focus, the Conjuring one. Yeah, that's weird though. They put that with the healing spells too, but I guess you're conjuring up positive energy. I'm not going to question that, but still pick that feat. So let's level up our character some more, and yep, same skills as before. Select the ones I'm selecting, and then after that, I don't think there's any feats. Yeah, I'd like to apologize for that. And now we're moving along very nicely. Now, as I said before, you can use this build be on the Storm Zero or go from original campaign to the Mask one. It's a great setup. This one's mainly for the Storms one, but still, yeah, you can use it for anywhere else too if you feel like it. Let's go ahead and pick our feat. Greater Spell Penetration. It's where spells will land more often against certain foes, especially certain healing spells against certain things, like the undead. Now it's go ahead time to level up our Cleric some more. So we'll just pick the Cleric and we'll hit next. So what we're going to do is Wisdom, and we're at level 24. We'll do that. 28 will be the last time we will do that. Pick the same skills I'm picking. After that, I'm doing Appraisal since I cannot do Tumble. Let's level up quite a bit more, and let's see what else I'm going to pick besides Cleric. Concentration, Diplomacy, Heal, Spellcraft. And of course, tumble if you can. If not, go put in appraisal. And sometimes that's a pretty nice setup. Actually, it is a great setup. So I'm going to go ahead and do epic spell penetration. Our spells will land more often now than having a greater, and of course, the normal one. That's what we want against, definitely against certain foes we're going to face. Like the undead, definitely. Oh yeah, I'll demonstrate those type of spells later on. So let's level up our character. So we're going to hit the cleric class. Same skills as before. We're closing in on 30 for our normal, what do you call it, class skills. This is a good sign. And I'm doing appraisal since I can't do tumble. Apologize for no feats. Wish there was some, but that's how the class rolls. So we'll level up once again. Just keep going, keep at it. Hit those, and I'm going to do is tumble. If I get 5 points in that, I get another AC via items. And I decided out of the epic spells, I went Epic Gate for a more powerful summon. What's great about the cleric class, well, besides feat, is you can switch your spells in and out. And this, with exception of the feat one, so I could take out the planar one and put in Gate. This special Gate, of course, does not require protection from evil, because the evil monster will be so bounded to you that it will help you no matter what. So, next level, we'll pick Wisdom. That's the last time since you could pick a ability score. That's right. The only way you could do that is feats. So, I decided to put the points in the Wisdom for that. We're at 23 Wisdom, however, we'll change that. So, let's keep leveling up our character. So, let's go ahead and do it. And then, let's see here. We'll put same points, and we will pick as Great Wisdom. This will even us out to 24, which is a great thing now. If you're at 24 already, pick something else, like, for example, Epic Toughness, but I am not, so there. We're at 24 Wisdom, see it there. And we'll level up one more time. This is the last time to level up, so do it before it's too late. Pick your last set of skills. Since I cannot pick Tumble, I'll have to do a praise. We'll get that decent discount at the shop. With the final level, we are done with level 1 through 30 for this part of the video. Next part of the video will be spell suggestions, so here we go. Now, here's my suggestions for spells. You could deviate from different paths too. I will definitely point out some spells you definitely want to put in the extend column. So for level 1, you all obviously want Bless. That's your go-to spell for the level 1 tree to go ahead and buff up you and your party members. It's a really good spell to have. You should constantly have it. Now, Cure Light Wounds. This is great to have for two fronts. Number 1, heal you and your others. And, of course, do a little bit of damage against undead. Now, this one's a very nice one. Divine Favor. You gain a bonus in attack, etc. Just in case you do need to go in there and get in there, kill some foes. Endure Elements, that's another good buff spell. You could put on, for example, on your tank. So this way your tank could, get some nice bonus against certain damage. And this one's a pretty decent one I picked. So I have 20% chance of missing against me. So in other words, 20% chance they won't be able to hit me. That's good. Also, I did remove fear. This way, if someone's fear, I remove it. Protection from alignment, that's another good one too. And this one's very nice. You cast it. Make sure you go around. You don't have to do anything. Shield of Fate is a pretty decent deflection bonus spell. Good to have. So you just put it on your tank, and boom, that should be it. Now for level 2, I decided to extend the Bless spell. I felt like that was a great idea. Now, Cure Moderate Wounds, just like Cure Light, except for you do a little bit more damage against undead, or heal yourself and your allies. Your choice. Lesser Dispel is really nice for starting out against low-level wizards, etc. Now, Lesser Restoration, that's very good. And it cures some things. You should definitely have it. Now, I didn't put any of the ability score boost ones. You could do that on your own if you want to. I decided to do Hold Person just in case I want to hold someone down and then attack some other people. Like, for example, hold down a very ticked off evil barbarian. That's just an example. All barbarians are not evil. There are some cool ones out there. So we're going to go to level 3. I decided to do was Cure Serious Wound. Very good spell to have. Heals for a bit more than the other two, or damage more against the undead. Your choice, obviously. Next up I did was a Searing Light. It's another one of those spells. Works great against the undead. Very, very nice to have, everyone. I did was this Dispel Magic, powerful than the lesser Dispel one. That you should definitely have in your spells, so this way you can cast Haste. Must have. If you want to, you could take out one of the lesser Dispel slots and have 2 there. Mass Aid is very good. I didn't put Aid in the other one because you could cast it all at once and everybody gets the Aid spell. You can also extend that too. That's another great thing. Protection from energy. That's very good on a type of energy you want to protect someone from. Like, for example, your frontline fighter. Now, Cure Critical Wounds. Very good spell to heal yourself and others or fight against the undead. Death Ward. Great to have. Even if you go ahead and cast it. If you want to fill your slots up with that, go ahead and do so. Dismissal is a pretty good spell. Any summoned creatures you pop, you save one target, you get rid of it. Flame Strike, a very good DPS spell. Must have. Restoration, this is a really nice spell. Much more powerful than the lesser one. And you get to remove some nasty effects. You cannot do curses or diseases, unfortunately. There are spells to cure that. Next up on the list, I decided to extend the Death Ward. And then I did was Massive Cure Light Wounds, so everybody gets a little curing in that. Or you could attack a small group of undead to do some minor damage, but still, it's your choice. Once again, I decided to put Flame Strike there. That was a good reason I put that there. I can have 2 now. That's right, we get to do some more damage. Now, next up on the list after Flame Strike, I'm showing everybody once again, is Lesser Spell Mantle. This is like the Wizard Spell version. Protects against some minor spells. Pretty good. Now, Raise Dead, I like to always have, so this way I can raise someone in a quick of a moment. Slay Living, this is a good spell to have to slay some foe you want to if they don't resist it. True Seeing, this is great. Put it on yourself or put it on your frontline fighter. This way you can see who's hiding. And this one, Banishment, gets rid of all the summons in the area. Very powerful to have. Energy immunity, you're immune to energy of your choice. Now we're electricity immunity, so we could just go ahead and cast that, for example, cold. Greater Dispel Magic, must have. Remove some MD buffs, helps out with the wizard too. You two cast that, that's fun. Heal, heals 150 worth of damage yourself, or does 150 damage against the dead. Harm, 150 damage against the living. And Planar Ally, this is a wonderful summon to have until you get the Epic Gate spell. Now, Destruction, very powerful spell. Your foes don't resist, they die. They resist, they take some a massive damage. Greater Restoration, must have. Gets rid of many things and plus heals you to the full hit points. Kind of like a free heal spell, too. Mass Cure Serious Wounds, good to have. Cure those wounds around people or damage undead. Resurrection, must have to revive people. Spell Mantle, better than Lesser Spell Mantle, protects against more spells. Now, Word of Faith, oh, this is a nice one. Any foes with less than 4 hit dice, they die. More, some bad things happen to them. Must have. Now, this one I like. Yeah. Firestorm, rains fire on your foes. This way you help out the wizard on the DPS department when you feel like it. Now, Mass Cure Critical Wounds. It's like Cure Critical Wounds, but it affects everyone. Mass Death Ward, must have. Everybody gets the Death Ward spell. Better yet, next level tier, extend it. Now, this one is pretty good to have. Sunbeam. Yeah, if I remember right, undead don't resist, they get destroyed. All of great Dispel Magic, plop that on a caster, and just watch the buffs getting dispelled in an area effect. Now, the last level, this one is pretty nice. You cast it yourself, and you can go to town. You can combine that with the Stormlord's Storm Avatar one. This Implosion, very good. You can wreck some foes really bad with it. Mass Heal, wonderful to have. Use it on you and your party or a group of undead. Your choice. And let me go ahead and get the next one on the list. which is Storm of Vengeance. Very powerful DPS spell. You get to do a lot of damage. Cast that and just stand back. Last but not least, this one really destroys your undead in the area. And that's my suggestion for spells. You could shift around others you want or others you don't want. Next part of the video will be simple gear advice. Now, for gear, for ability scores, focus on wisdom until you cannot do it. If I remember right, I think 12 is the cap. So, for example, if you find an 8 and of course 4 wisdom on it, it'll be 8. So look for a plus 12 if you can. If not, sell for anything else. After that, strength and dexterity you want. Charisma too, that's fine. Constitution's good. Now as for items, any haste items as well. Anything that you have your saves your weaken, boost that up too. As for your weapon, aka your spear, put haste, keen, definitely keen. Acid damage is nice. As for sonic and electricity, well, you have your own feat ability to put that on your weapon. Other than that, just go for +5. That's the best way you could go. Now, last portion of the video will be the combat demonstration. Now, for combat, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate on a small group of foes. Like, for example, living ones, you're saying, okay, is this good against foes I could critical hit against? Yeah, if you're forced to melee fight, it's great. If not, then just stand back, cast your powerful spells, like, for example, the Storm of Vengeance. And yeah, that went a little too quick. I should have brought out more. But still, I had my pet to help me out for a little while to distract. Also, if you're in a party group, your fighters, they're great to distract. Same thing with paladins or anybody else who could take some serious damage. Now, the burning question. Is this great against the undead? Oh, yes it is. You're a cleric. Simple. Yeah, besides Storm of Vengeance, you could do Turn Undead. You'll destroy foes. There's the Sunbeam one. Yeah, the Sun spell. You could really destroy foes too. That's the undead. Critical hit foes. Storm of Vengeance is nice. The Firestorm Flame Strike is good. So also I like to tell you all this now. The heal spell, very powerful against certain undead. For example, liches. So I'm casting the Eternal one to destroy this lich. And boom, it should go bye-bye. And already lich didn't realize that I have, so many buffs. So if you're facing off against liches or certain wizards, yeah, dispel them too. And this lich just went bye-bye thanks to the heal spell. And that's the demonstration for combat. So let me go ahead and give some final advice. This build is great for the Storm's expansion, especially in a 4-party system. You're the healer for the most part. If you need to go ahead and DPS either melee or deathly spells, do so. You do have some very powerful Stormlord abilities that'll help you out. That immunity to electricity is great because at times sometimes foes will definitely cast that. This is also a build is not only great for the Storm expansion, but all the other ones too. You could really get far in the other 3 official ones. And definitely on the player-made ones. Well, everyone, this is it from Neverwinter Nights 2, Cleric of the Storms, SoZ Cleric Stormlord build video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching and have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you like what you see, then check out my suggestions on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestions of my video on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and please stay safe. Also enjoy the view.